Hello, and welcome to another newsletter from Construction Programs and Results. I'm Michael Stone, and I will be sharing our newsletter with you. And just for the record, this business here had the surgery 2 weeks ago, and I'm still trying to heal. And for all you guys that are working outside without hats on your head, this is what happens. And I did the same thing you're doing, and now I'm paying for it. So, word to the wise. Okay, we're offering a significant discount in our ebooks and our audiobooks through next Monday. And Devin has been hard at work building a new system of distribution for our books and programs. And hopefully some of you will purchase our books so she can know the new system is working. Works for me, and we hope your new books will help you with your business as well. I have had several emails and phone calls over the last 2 weeks with questions on estimating and how to improve estimating accuracy. So, this newsletter and the next few are going to be about how to deal with some of the issues and estimating mistakes that can really cost you money. So this week, estimating construction costs. I was talking with a contractor in the Midwest who told me his error factor was over 10% when he first started his company 5 or 6 years ago. He said that as he got more experience, he'd gotten it down to a little over 5%. I politely explained that 5% was way too high and it was costing him money on every job, and he agreed. That was why he called. He needed help getting his error factor down. He was having cash flow problems, which made it difficult to make payroll and pay his bills. And he believed that it started with the errors he was making in estimating. Now, we've written a lot about how to estimate construction costs over the years, including our most recent book, Estimating Construction Profitably. We've tried to reduce the estimating process to a simple and easy to follow process that will get your estimate error factor down under 2%. You and your sales staff have a choice in how you do your estimating. Some methods work well, but some don't. I don't recommend the often used WAG or wild ass guess method, or the more sophisticated SWAG, scientific wild ass guess method, where you use a calculator to do the math. Some contractors are partial to stick estimating, which is fine if you have the time, but in my opinion, it isn't any more accurate than unit costing is. And once you know how, unit costing is much faster. I discuss stick estimating and unit cost estimating in an article on our website, and you can find the link below. The whole purpose of an estimate is to know how much to price a job. If your estimate is too low, your price will be too low, and you'll pay more in job costs than you expected, and those higher job costs will come straight out of your profit, and you already know that. On the other hand, if you overestimate the cost of the job, you're making it harder to sell. Let me share a couple of things that will cause estimating errors. To my mind, this is one of the big ones. Getting distracted. When it's time to start an estimate, you need to eliminate all possible distractions. The two biggest distractions, assuming you're by yourself in a quiet room, and you already know what I'm going to say here, your telephone is one and the landline is the other. Okay? Turn those things off. Not on vibrate, turn them off. Okay? Also turn off the ding-dong on your computer that announces the arrival of an email. If you're doing an estimate, turn them off. Once you start thinking your way through a job, you need to stay with it. If the phone rings, you risk forgetting where you were, and that makes it easy to leave off umpteen hours of material pickup and delivery, or porta potties, or demolition, or framing, or finish time, or cleanup, whatever. Distractions also keep you from thinking through the subcontractor's part of the project. Even though you're getting quotes on everything, or you should be, You want to walk through those quotes mentally from top to bottom to be sure your subs don't miss anything. It also helps to make sure your sub quotes are reasonable. Here's another one, not getting quotes from subs or suppliers. One of the biggest mistakes that gets estimators in trouble is not bothering to get written quotes from subs or suppliers. You should get a written quote on all items over $300, depending on the size of the jobs you do and how much you can afford to lose. You could adjust that number up a little bit, maybe as high as $500 or maybe even $750, but I wouldn't go any higher. Were you ever surprised by an electrician's invoice of $1,750 when you estimated $1,225 for the same work? You can argue with the electrician, but if the work didn't change from when you guesstimated it, you'll have to pay the bill. Wouldn't it have been smarter to have asked what they would have charged for the work up front instead of guessing? For many contractors, it's difficult finding subs, so make it easy for them to provide a quote. Take detailed pictures of the project. You got a camera on this thing. Okay? Write a detailed description of the work to be done and email it to the sub. My coaching clients who've done this tell me they get their quotes back in 1 to 2 days. You need to have a pretty good idea of what the sub will look for and what they need to know so that you can provide them with the detailed information needed for an accurate quote. But that's what you're paid to do. That's when you're the estimator. It's up to you to provide the job description. Remember, if you don't have the time to get a quote before you sell a job, you'll need to take the time after the job is sold to talk to sub after sub, supplier after supplier to find one willing to do the job at the price you guessed at. When I get a quote from a subcontractor or supplier, make sure you have an understanding that when they give you the quote, they honor it. No surprises from either them or from you. That means that as an estimator, you need to give them a thorough and accurate description of the work to be done or the materials that will be needed so they can give you an accurate quote. If you're having a hard time getting your subs to provide a quote, are you treating them fairly? I talk about finding and keeping subs in an article on our website. The link is below. They should be promised at least 1 out of every 3 quotes they give you. Okay, or that the jobs they quote and help you sell. Don't use them for free estimates. That's not fair to them, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. When you show a commitment to your subs by hiring them to build your jobs, you'll find they are more than willing to help you estimate those jobs so you can make the sale. A sample form for submitting a subcontractor quote is included in our subcontractor manual. Many of our coaching clients over the last 24 years have developed the discipline of getting written quotes for all their estimates. Their accuracy improved, and that made them more profitable. And being profitable is what it's all about when you're in business. Thank you for watching, and may the profits be with you.